Ricky of channelinginc.com. And today's topic is the whole channeling using the no attachments concept. So, what no attachments is, it's a theology taught by many different parts of the world, many different theologies, where basically having no attachments to anything really is what it is. So the three that I was working on for many years is the whole no attachments to people, places, or things. So, for example, no attachments to people, meaning if someone comes in your life, that's great. And if they stay in your life, that's great. But if they leave, you're not devastated about it. You're not like, oh my goodness, like this is the most horrible, worst thing ever. You have no attachments to people. It doesn't mean you don't have aspirations or desires to be with that person or that you want to be with them, but maybe something might happen. Maybe you have a falling out with them or a breakup or you part ways or whatever, but you're not devastated when and if that happens or the person dies or passes away, something like that. So that's the no attachments to people. No attachments to places, meaning you don't have an attachment to a certain specific place. And this can mean many different things. So, for example, you might be in a place where you don't want to leave it because you're so attached to it. So you're actually meant to leave it, but you don't want to, and you're attached to it. So you're not able to leave that place to allow greater and bigger things to happen in your life. And then there's also the no attachments to, like, maybe you're this is called land anchors. And what land anchors are, like, you're drawn to another place, but it's maybe often possibly from another lifetime that you're drawn to this place, but you have this attachment to this other place, so you keep being drawn to it, and you don't actually can't live fully in the current place that you're ever living right now. But when you clear those land anchors or those attachments to those other places, then you can be fully present. And if you are meant to move there, you move there, but you're not doing it because you're skewed from past lifetimes and other kinds of different things like drawing you to this place when you're actually not meant to be living there. Then the other one is no attachments to things, no attachments to people, places, or things. And what that means is basically you're not attached to anything material thing, like any objects. If you lose something or something goes missing or stolen or whatever, you're not devastated about it. And that's the no attachments to things. So I'm going through my life. I'm working on this really well. Things are going awesome about the no attachments, and I'm making good progress. It took me about 5 years to really get me into a place where I felt really comfortable with no attachments to people, no attachments to places, no attachments to things. But then what happened is this kept coming up over and over and over again about this extra one that I didn't have on my list, and that was the no attachments to outcomes. And I was like, oh man, where you really want an outcome to be a certain way, but if you don't, then you're devastated about it. It could be lots of things. You ask someone out and you really want them to say yes, but they don't, and you're just like devastated because of it. Or maybe you want that job interview and you went to that job interview and you really want to get that job, but you don't. And then it's like you're just down in the gutter for weeks or maybe months because you didn't get that job or whatever. There's lots of different examples to no attachments to outcomes. As it applies to channeling, this is a really big one and a really important one that I teach my students, is having no attachments to the outcome of what your spirit guides are trying to get the message to you. So sometimes what'll happen is when we're channeling our spirit guides, we'll be like, okay, I really want this answer to be the answer that I want it to be. And this is a form of what I call getting yourself in the way. You're getting yourself in the way by influencing the answer, and you're not like a clear channel. You're not getting clear answers because you want it to be the certain answer that you want it to be. Now, when you're channeling your spirit guides, sometimes you might be getting messages that you don't necessarily want to hear, but you need to hear. Sometimes they're trying to encourage you to make those tough decisions in your life that you not necessarily want to do, but you need to do to move forward in your life. Sometimes they're encouraging you to take action and do things that are difficult, or have that tough conversation, or make that big change in your life that you've been putting off for a long time because you don't want to, but you need to in order to move forward in your life. And so this is a whole form of no attachments concept, where when you're channeling your spirit guides, really ask yourself, okay, am I attached to the answer? Am I attached and trying to influence the answer to be what I want it to be? Or can I be a clear channel and just allow the answer that I'm meant to be getting from my spirit guides to come through with no attachment to the outcome. Okay, so my name is Ken Lewicki. This is what I do for a living as I teach full-time. I teach people how to channel, how to get in tune with their spirit guides, but not just at elementary levels, like feeling their guides and all that, but really, really advanced levels, knowing who their spirit guides are, who their spirit team is, and how to get very specific, direct guidance from their spirit guides, and not just their spirit guides, but also sprites, fairies, dragons, angels, crystal divas, and on and on and on, and ascended masters and ancestors. And I could just keep going. There's the whole list, very comprehensive channeling training that I do. If you would like to learn more about how to channel at advanced levels, please check out my website at channelinginc.com. And if you have any questions, comments, feel free to message me. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Talk to you soon. My name is Ken Lewicki.